That comment you just saw, Nigeria is asking their people to pay for their own tickets. It sounds harsh, it sounds unfair, and honestly, it sounds like one of those things that could easily go viral and cause outrage. But here's the real question: is it actually true? Or is it just another half truth, spreading online? Let's break it down properly. No emotions, no assumptions, just facts. So the comment basically says Nigeria is asking its citizens in South Africa to pay for their own return tickets at face value. This sounds like government abandonment, lack of support, or even neglect. But the reality is more layered than that. The truth, yes, but not the full story. According to official statements from Nigeria Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Nigerians who want to return from South Africa are expected to pay for their own tickets. Yes, that part of the comment is factually correct, but the return process is voluntary, not forced. The government is, facilitating and coordinating, not abandoning citizens, and in some cases, alternative support, including possible free flights via partnerships, has been discussed or reported. So the full truth is, it's not pay for yourself and good luck. Let's simplify this. This situation is called voluntary repatriation. That means nobody is being deported. Nobody is being forced to leave. People are choosing to return because they feel unsafe. And here's the key point. When something is voluntary, governments often don't fully fund it. That's not just Nigeria, it's global immigration pattern. To understand why payment is even an issue, you need to understand what is happening on ground. Right now in South Africa, there are anti-immigration protests. Foreigners are being blamed for unemployment. Some migrant-owned businesses have been attacked. Over 130 Nigerians have already registered to return home due to safety concerns. This is not tourism anymore. This is survival. According to officials, the people trying to leave fall into two categories. One are those afraid for their safety, living in fear due to protests, worried about attacks or discrimination. Then the second category are those with immigration issues, undocumented migrants, people trying to avoid arrest or deportation. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Governments treat these two groups differently. Now let's address the big question. Why isn't Nigeria paying for everyone? There are a few key reasons. The first one is it is not an emergency evacuation. Technically, if this were a war, a natural disaster, or a sudden crisis, then yes, government-funded evacuation would be expected. But right now, this is classified as voluntary return due to tension, and that changes everything. Two is cost and scale. Think about it. There are potentially thousands of Nigerians in South Africa. Flights are expensive. Government resources are limited. So instead of full sponsorship, the government is doing this, coordinating, registering citizens, providing diplomatic support, but not fully funding. And thirdly, immigration responsibility. This part might be uncomfortable, but it's real. If someone overstayed a visa, entered irregularly, or didn't regularize their stay, governments are less likely to fund their return. And reports suggest some returnees fall into this category. Now, this is where the comment becomes misleading, because there are also reports of free evacuation efforts being coordinated by Nigerian consulate community organizations. So what does this mean? It means some people may get help, some may not, and the situation is evolving. So is this comment misleading? Let's be honest, it is partly true, but it is incomplete and oversimplified because it ignores the voluntary nature of the return. Government coordination efforts possible support from partners. Now let's zoom out because this situation is bigger than Nigeria and South Africa. First, migration comes with responsibility. A lot of people think once I leave my country, I'm on my own terms. But reality says your legal status matters. Your safety depends on policies, and your home country may not always rescue you fully. Secondly, host countries can change overnight. Today you are safe, tomorrow policies change, public opinion shifts, protests begin, and suddenly you are no longer welcome. And thirdly, undocumented status is high risk. This situation clearly shows undocumented migrants are the most vulnerable. They face higher risk during crackdowns, have less legal protection, and more likely to live under pressure. And the fourth thing is government support has limits. This is the part many people don't like to hear, but it is true. Governments prioritize national interest, budget, diplomatic relations, not always individual migrants. Let's balance the narrative. Nigeria is not doing nothing. They have open registration for returnees. They have engaged South African authorities. They condemn attacks on citizens, coordinated possible evacuation, logistics. The focus right now is safety first, logistics second. If you are thinking about Japa, this situation should teach you something. And the key lesson here is always regularize your stay. Don't rely on luck. Number two is have emergency funds because situations can change suddenly. Number three, don't depend fully on government rescue. It may not come the way you expect. And the fourth thing is research the country deeply, not just jobs. Look at social attitudes, immigration policies, economic stability. Final verdict. So back to the original comment. Nigeria is asking their people to pay for their own tickets. The verdict here is it is true but incomplete. The full reality is that it is voluntary repatriation. The government is coordinating, not fully funding. Some support options may still exist. The situation is evolving. So this story is not just about tickets, it's about something deeper. The reality of immigration in today's world, because leaving your country is one thing, but knowing what happens when things go wrong, that's the real journey nobody talks about. If you find this information helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.